One of the biggest things when it comes to our skin and acne is inflammation. Like, duh, we already know that. But the biggest thing where people get stuck is they start trying all of the different protocols. They start working on their gut, working on their hormones, doing all of the things without ever truly getting the inflammation down inside of their body and inside of their cells. And that is what keeps you stuck. If you don't get that inflammation down, it doesn't really matter what you do. Sorry, my son is playing with one of his toys. It doesn't really matter what you do. You may notice differences with certain supplements and whatnot, but the second you go off of those, your skin starts to break out again, or you start to feel worse, et cetera, et cetera. And that's because you haven't really addressed the root cause. You haven't addressed the inflammation. And getting the inflammation down at the cellular level is what is going to give you that relief. That is what is going to give you that root cause solution. Because yes, your gut could be imbalanced, but until we address the inflammation, then it doesn't matter what you do with your gut. Your gut, we might get rid of the parasite, but then it's going to have bacterial overgrowth. Then we rebalance the bacterial overgrowth. Oh, here comes candida. We address the candida. Oh, here comes another parasite. You see how it kind of just becomes a loop? And so you might be addressing one root cause, but then another root cause comes up, so on and so forth. And addressing the cellular inflammation is what is giving your body back the energy it needs to address the root cause, but then heal and then prevent it from happening again. Because if we don't get that energy back, if we don't get that inflammation down, you're just going to keep running this hamster wheel and not getting anywhere. And so what do we do to address the inflammation? There are so many things out there that talk about inflammation. Number one is obviously going to be your nutrition. Low inflammatory foods is number one. If you tend to react to a lot of foods, I would say that is a scenario where doing a food sensitivity test can come in handy, because then it will show us what your body is reacting to right now. Now, this doesn't mean this is what you're going to have to eliminate for the rest of your life, but while your body is in this fight or flight, what they call cell danger response state, and while we get your body out of this cell danger response state, we may need to limit certain foods, unfortunately, which I know can be very hard. And that's really where working with somebody one-on-one can be helpful, especially if you tend to get a little like triggered. I hate the word triggered. I need to figure out a different word, but like your body tends to recoil when you hear, oh my gosh, I have to eliminate these foods. And it creates this other set of emotional responses, which we don't want, because that's also going to cause inflammation and stress. And we don't want any of that. So nutrition is number one. Sleep is number two. You have to make sure you are getting good quality sleep. Exercise is number three. They say that our sedentary lifestyle is just as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day now. So you've got to get out and get moving. I don't care what that looks like. If it's dancing with your kids, if it's going on a walk, if it's simply walking on a walking pad at home, if it's really cold where you are, you have to move your body. And then obviously addressing any mental, emotional stress is going to be really important as well. But those are all lifestyle changes that you can make today on your own right now. Now, there are some other things you can do to help support the inflammation at the cellular level. So I'm going to share some of those. You don't have to do all of these. These are just some options. I'll walk you through what my favorites are, and you can go from there. I am such a believer in our intuition and our bodies knowing what our bodies need, okay? And so that's why I share all of these things. You by no means need to take all of this. These are just what I have tried personally, what I have seen work for myself, and what I have seen work for family, friends, and clients. Okay, so number one, I'm gonna go in order of my top favorites, and we'll go from there. So number one, by far, and this even has studies and has a patent on it, is this Protandim Nerf 2 supplement. It is one little yellow pill that you take, and it has been shown, and I think over 85 different studies, to reduce inflammation by 40% in 30 days, 70% in 90 days. That is huge. And what is really cool about this is they do so much research on this product. They have shown that this product can actually downregulate certain genes that we want downregulated and upregulate certain genes we want upregulated. Over 400 different genes they have shown that this can do. This is truly God's recipe. Plain and simple. There's no other way to put it, because when you hear, yes, my love. So the doctor who developed this and formulated this, he was purely trying to upregulate an enzyme in our body called SOD, which is an amazing antioxidant that helps with inflammation. Well, as they started to do research on this, it showed how many genes it influences in a positive way, over 400 genes so far, and they're continuing to do research on this. It's incredible. And when you look at the ingredients, and I did this myself, I was like, okay, I've heard of that, I've tried that. It's the synergy and the specific ratio of all of these, and they have this in a study as well, because they showed how well each individual ingredient on here worked on inflammation versus the combination, and it was like a 200% fold. It was incredible. I truly think this is like God's recipe for inflammation. I take this every single day. I noticed such a huge difference when I started taking it, especially with my skin, my energy, and my hair. My hair, that's another story for another, like, it doesn't look the greatest right now because we need to wash it, but like, yeah, we're just not gonna, that's a whole nother story. So this would be my number one for inflammation at the cellular level. Number two, this is not a supplement, this is actually a technology. So this is a patch, a sticker that you simply stick to your body. And what it does is it has a specific crystalline structure in this little like pad. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, this pad. And it reflects a specific frequency of light back into your body that helps your body produce specific stem cells. Incredible technology. I was totally a skeptic when I first tried this, because I was like, really? You just put this sticker on? Completely saw a difference. Once I was taking this already, added this in. These two are really like the two main things I take every single day. Like without fail, if I don't have these two things, I get a little anxious. So this is incredible. Now, I will say this is my favorite over this, because you have got to reduce the inflammation first before your body can start producing more stem cells. Okay, so that's number two. Number three is a product called PC. Let me grab it. It's a product called PC by Body Bio. This is a phosphatidyl lipid complex, which is incredibly helpful for the cell membrane specifically. You could do all three of these together. They all work at the cellular level, but they all do work a little bit differently. This is primarily for inflammation. This is really helping to replenish that cellular membrane around the cell, which can get damaged when there's inflammation. So this is number three. These are my top three for cellular health, cellular rejuvenation, and reducing inflammation at the cellular level. Obviously, this is like, kind of goes without saying, minerals, whatever kind of mineral you like, make sure that you are replenishing your water with minerals. Minerals are needed for every single process in the body. Minerals and micronutrients, those are the two things we are depleted the most. We are an overfed, undernourished society. And so you might be counting your macros and doing all that, but are you getting in your minerals, your vitamins, and your micronutrients? That is key. So minerals, if you need like a daily shake, a daily nutritional shake that has all of those good things in it, do it that way. But get your micronutrients in. Okay? So the name of the game is inflammation. Your job is to reduce that. Food, sleep, exercise, mental emotional stress, and then add in whatever supplement that speaks to you. If you have questions, leave it below in the comments. I am happy to troubleshoot with you, help you figure out what you need. But the name of the game is inflammation and getting it down. So I hope that was helpful. I will see you guys later. Have a great day.